I think we can run extreme quality. Hey gamers. Just loading, doing all the socials and stuff. Hello gamers. It's getting over it with Bennett Foddy. This is what we're doing today. It says continue because I was just testing it out, but let's go. I have about 2 hours until I need to go and do some stuff. And we're gonna see how far we can get. Oh. Oh. This. Oh. Okay. I might get even more annoyed. This is the starting tree. This is not meant to be difficult. Do I not have enough space for my mouse? Is this the issue? Cunt, can you... There we are. Okay, something like that.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due,
I'm probably going to mess around with sensitivity in a minute.
your wallet at home, and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino, then you put all your winnings on red and it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding, and then immediately dropped it.
No.
If you won an argument with a friend, and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view.
This is great.
Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Getting used to these, like...
Thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand.
I find Australian accents very...
Find a safe place to stop and quit the game. But don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazzuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games.
Now this is...
B games are rough
Progress.
found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of bound and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Cliffs are too sheer or too steep.
Oh, fuck.
And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger
Damn
of
it.
falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just
There we
by
go.
spending enough time.
I'm probably going to talk as much as I usually do because Bennett should be talking.
Sexy hiking is real.
Okay. Oh, it becomes slightly more bleak when the music cuts out. Fuck. No!
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration.
Indeed, Bennett. Okay. No!
Sorry about that.
It's this... Okay, we found our first sort of genuinely difficult obstacle, but it's working out how to get over that we need to do. Haha! Don't you dare fall down, Cauldron Man.
The obstacles in Sexy
No.
Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Oh fuck, how do we do this? There we go. See, I've watched people play this game in bits and pieces before, so I recognise like sections of this game, but not the whole thing. Okay, this metal is fun. It's an entirely different texture. I don't know if we'll beat... I doubt we'll beat this game today. I'm not good enough at games. This bit is so nerve-wracking because if we mess it up and go too far to the left, we have to start the whole thing again. Okay.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting...
How does this work? Okay, so I think what we want to do is try and propel ourselves up so we can get our hammer on top of the lamp. I think that's the strategy here. No, please. Please. No! Yeah, this is the first sort of... It rules that Bennett Foddy just made a game that is functionally... I don't know if you could make a video essay about this game. You could probably make a video essay about the experience of... No. About the experience of playing the game, but I don't know if you could make a video essay about the game in itself. Because so much of this game is already kind of essay-like in its construction. At least so far. It's like good old Bennett philosophizing. I'm tempted to play with the mouse sensitivity a bit. No, no. Okay. Yeah, these lamps are definitely the sort of solution to this obstacle. At least we're relatively safe here. Like, it would take some very special mistake, like what I almost did there, to completely ruin this run. This is further than I made it.
You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
Bennett, I haven't made it as far. I love that he gets frustrated when you get. What? That didn't even. That I wouldn't actually call that frustrated. That was trying. That was like encouraging. This guy's arms must be. Yo, this man must be so large, arms wise. He's got like the tiniest legs possible, but like ridiculously large arms. I wonder, in all the times that people have played this game for an audience, for whether that's millions of people on some of the biggest channels on YouTube or just like a couple, how many unique, truly unique things are there to say about a game like this? I imagine quite a lot if you engage with it, but so many people just, I imagine, went, ooh, Mountain and Barrel, hard, weird controls. And that was the end of their experience. And that's not an invalid way to play the game. I'm going to philosophize and pretend I have any clue what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, we're on the rock. This is where I want to be. Oh. That wasn't bad. And then you just lose control. Like, one mistake and you entirely lose control. And get sent spiraling. I have no idea how we actually got up there in the first place. We're gonna do it though. No. I'm so scared of launching myself over the side and having to do the bits before this again. They're not hard, it's just time consuming. Barrel man, please. I wonder if he has a name. Who was the ancient Greek philosopher who lived in a barrel? That was a good jump. Sometimes you don't want to go super fast. Okay. I'm so intrigued to see what a speedrun in this game looks like. Well, I imagine once people know what they're doing, it's probably pretty easy to repeat success. You would think. I could be wrong, actually. This might be the exact sort of game where, like, no matter how good you are, there's always mistakes to be made. Yes, we don't want to, like, chuck ourselves there. We want to kind of lift ourselves over the iron. No. Yeah, the hammer just doesn't like to stay on the, like, metal bit. Okay, so we know what we want to do pretty much. It's just the putting that into actioning that thought, which is the difficult bit. No! Genuinely, falling all the way down is gonna... No! Shit.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
At least it's not too far. I want to get on top of these barrels. Now we're pretty much back where we were. Easy. We'll play this for a bit. We might give up and play some truck if I get too stuck. Here we are again. Okay, that's not as horrific as I thought it was. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, so. Honk. I don't want to jump there. I want to just sort of slowly lift myself up. But it's hard to... Okay, we're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, this is the first bit which kind of demands any real control. I wonder how many... I want to look at the Steam stats in a minute and see how many people who... Okay, I need to launch myself in such a way that I don't immediately launch myself down when... Let's try... Hey, that didn't do what I wanted at all. Because there's no real checkpoints. I'm pretty sure the only achievements are beat game again, beat game again. So... all you really know is how many people have made it to the top of the mountain once, twice, and 5 times. Oh. Oh no, people are liking my tweets, and it's I've engaged with political tweets in a way I don't usually, because they attract. Even if people agree with you, like you tend to get like the worst people in the world agreeing with you. Like occasionally I will interact with sort of Labour Party politics tweets, and there's just a fun contingent of like pro Corbyn turfs. Which is a wild thing to think about when you think about it. Like, that Corbyn was 100% the like, most pro-trans, like, leader of any of the 2 main parties we've had in a long time. Probably ever. And he still had his issues. No? Yeah, that growl was allowed. Diogenes? Was it Diogenes who was in a barrel? No. There's probably a way I can just do this whilst... Okay, maybe this is a better way than trying to bounce up. We need to get into a certain position before we can start doing it, but it's definitely a potentially valid option. No! Bennett hasn't said anything in a while. He doesn't have a line for fuck Aoife, you dumb bitch. You've been stuck on this one for a while now, haven't you? Fuck. I keep accidentally launching myself down as well, which is... Okay, we're not high enough up to be... We're not... There's nothing below us that we should be worried about. Oh. Okay. We should try and... We need to... Being on the rock is really key here. For at least in regards to launching ourselves up. No. It's fine. There we go. Sometimes you just need to go a bit slower and chill. It's the trend to get my hammer caught on the lamp that we're struggling with at the moment. Oof. Roblox oof.jpg. Not .jpg, it'll be .mp3. This is truly, even more than Lost Egg, thrilling content. At least with Lost Egg, we're always kind of moving and trying stuff again. Not stuck on this one. This is the annoying thing. I can pretty much see what we have to do. It's just the doing it that's a pain. It's the getting over this particular obstacle. No. Fuck. Saw Knives Out 2 yesterday. That one, or Glass Onion, A Knives Out story. I think it's technically called. It rules. It's so good. Like, it's probably not as tight as the first one. Just in terms of the first one being such a small and effective, like, Agatha Christie tribute, functionally. Who? No. Okay. They're getting your hammer onto the... No, we were in a really good position there. And now we're not. But the casts are all so good. This is... We've been on this one obstacle for like 2/3 of this 25-minute stream. This is a game that I reckon is going to be truly impressive to speedrun. Because the hammer motion really lends itself to looking impressive when you do stuff quickly. I bet there's a really simple solution to this that I'm just missing. No, don't go up like that, cunt. And again. Stop pushing yourself. Fuck. They're really difficult controls. The fact that it's just the mouse. Any like movement that's too quick in the wrong way does just completely fuck you up. Clawing at this wall like a cat. Oh, we were so close there. That might have been the closest we got. We briefly... I think once we've got our hammer on the second one, we'll be good. Diogenes, please. Diogenes. I could be completely wrong. That could just not be the philosopher I'm thinking of at all. Because I'm not particularly knowledgeable when it comes to philosophy. I know a lot of people who are. And I always feel very embarrassed when I'm talking to them because I'm just so unknowledgeable compared to them. Here we are. Oh, we can kind of like wiggle our way up. There's like a weird little wiggle strategy I think I see. But whether we can achieve it is a separate question. Oh, see, we for a brief moment when we do that, we're making like upward progress. But then the hammer gets caught in a weird way, and then we're back down here. There we... I think if we get to like 45 minutes and we've made no progress, then I might put truck on for a bit. That's all you need to do sometimes is threaten the game, and then it'll start doing what you want it to do. I mean, as we saw with level 2 of the game Lost Egg, all it takes is like doing the same thing over and over again, and eventually you'll get the hang of it. Eventually you'll get better at it. We're like more consistently getting into this section now. It's just working out how to actually... Oh. I was hoping I could sort of bounce. Great. I was hoping I could like bounce up from one of the lamps if I could get on top of it, but... Like, we're definitely getting closer. I miss Bennett's voice. We've been Bennettless for so long. I don't like this level of absence of our boy. Onto the rock. Onto the rock, please. Diogenes, please. Okay. We're in here again. No. No, there was a second there where I thought we were making progress, but no. Okay. Don't get the hammer caught on the top, Diogenes. And back we are again. Okay. Oh. The one thing we don't want to do is get a hammer caught. Oh. Oh, for a second there. I could taste success. How funny it would be if I get to top and then immediately accidentally launch myself down. I think that will be hilarious and definitely won't make me quit out the truck. Okay, flailing isn't the answer, I don't think. But unless... No. Oh. Come on. Come on. No! No! I told you that would happen. But we're making progress, which means I can't quit at quarter 2 unless the game annoys me too much. Oh. Come on. We can do this. For a second. No. At the very least, before... I don't know how long the mountain is. I imagine quite a bit more than this. This is very early still. Because this is a bit that you can get to in, what, 30 seconds? Less than that once you know what you're doing? There's going to be so much more after this. No. How did I mess that one up? Was I too cautious? Sometimes you gotta find like a balance between caution and chaos. Oi, 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 oi. No. No.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened. because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. You could build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Oh. If Bennett tells me you have done this bit before, you can do it again, I might get slightly mad. Well, at least we've proved we can do it. Like, that was a level of progress we haven't made in about 40 minutes. Well, about 20 minutes. No! Oh. No. Don't you dare. Yes.
Hang in there. Don't let it get you.
I'm not going to, Bennett.
But also, let it get you a little bit.
It is. Bennett. This is the thing. If I think he had any other accent, it would be a deal more annoying. But because he's got this very lovely accent. Like, imagine if he was, like, from Yorkshire. It would be so annoying. I say that with all the love in my heart for the people of Yorkshire, including my father. Half of my family who are from that blessed county, or collection of counties technically. Yorkshire is such a curiosity to me because it's one of sort of two parts of England which, like, has this supra county identity, which has never really been, which, like, the West Country and Yorkshire both have this identity beyond, like, the individual counties in a way that no real other part of the country has. Like, it's not on the level of Wales or Scotland. Like, I think definitely one day, if Scotland and Wales leave the Union, then a breakup of England could see Yorkshire and the West Country, or Wessex, or whatever you want to call us, follow. But they are very different political contexts. Like, if you are aware of the safari park in Wiltshire, Longleat, the family who manage that are the family of the hereditary peer Lord Bath. I don't know if he died a couple of years ago, but one of his big things, one of his big policy things that he pushed for was devolution for the West Country. Which I think is pretty noble. It was that and, like, sex parties. He was very into his drugs and sex. Okay. So you go honk and then you go honk. You go honk and then you go honk. You go honk and then you go honk. Honk and then you go honk. You go honk and you go honk. You go honk and then you go honk. Fuck!
The thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
They're giving you a little bit of like smooth jazz whenever you fail too hard is quite nice. Is this gonna get me copyright claimed? It sounds old enough that I don't think it will. Oh no, we're stuck in the pit again. There we go. And we're back here again. I really love, I don't know if it's just like graininess of like country folk music from like old American country and folk music, but it's got a very special vibe to it, which I don't know if anything has recaptured. Maybe it's like a level of hopefulness about America that just is infectious. When, like, obviously it's a point in time when America was doing horrific things to natives, but there was the whole like bring me your huddled masses, etc., like the New Colossus or whatever it's called. The poem which Wolfenstein 2 is named after. No! The Colossus? The... What's it called? Give me 1 second. No, don't give me World Cup pictures. Yeah, the New Colossus. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearn to be free. The wretched refuse of, etc., etc. Which I think one of the better Seinfeld stand-up bits from the show Seinfeld is his bit about how that's very noble, but can't we also ask for the rest of the people as well? I think that's maybe one of my favourite Seinfeld stand-up bits, and I think they're the worst bits of the show by a long way. It's about... Okay, so here we need to not get the hammer caught. And not do that. Ah, beans. I'm really bad at this game. There's a level of like dexterity and like coordination that this requires that we haven't, I don't think, yet encountered in Egg. For anyone who's new, when I say Egg, I'm referring to the game Lost Egg 2, which I've been playing quite a lot of. And we've streamed the first 3 and a bit levels so far. Oh. No. Right, I think if we get stuck on this bit again, we'll make it to the hour mark and then we will we'll do a truck, because I've got about 80 minutes or so from now until I need to head to the thing I've got on later. And this bit is frustrating me quite a lot. Sometimes I feel like my progress is more about me getting lucky than actually doing something right. Oh. The New Colossus is like a poem which goes so hard. Oh wait, it's referring to the Colossus of Rhodes, isn't it? That's why it's called the New Colossus. The Statue of Liberty is the new Colossus of Rhodes. Is any of the Colossus of Rhodes still around? Ah, oh, nice. No, we had ourselves jammed up there for a second in a way that means you can't fall down. Okay, we need to get on the rock. It's a lot easier if we can make it onto the rock. Ah, fuck's sake. I don't want to watch a speedrun because I don't want to spoil what wonderful obstacles are coming up. I feel like an over-preparedness for what's coming up could lessen the impact of the game? I don't know. Maybe this is just me being funny about spoilers for a game that I don't know if you could really spoil. But it would rule to be able to do this at such a speed that Bennett's monologue is like uninterrupted. There's probably an ideal speed you can do this at where Bennett's monologue is like the exact time that his speech takes. Oh. No. Okay. No. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave this one here for now. Let's just check if we press continue. Yeah, it just leaves us here. Perfect. And we're gonna load a truck for a bit. That's fun though. I definitely want to play more of that. Steam, would you like to recognize that? There you go. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I'm just looking at the achievement stats of the game. For some reason, it doesn't let me share Steam. Only 8.2% of players have made it to the top of the mountain. But then, like, 75% of them have then gone on to do it again. But then only 25% of the initial collection... No, don't open Getting Over It again. That's not what I wanted to do. I clicked on the top game in my Steam library by accident. I meant to open Truck. Yeah, I think the England-Wales match starts at... someone has taken me very incorrectly on Twitter and has taken my support of Albanians as me hating Albanians, which is always an interesting one. It happens. I use a level of sarcasm on Twitter sometimes, which I feel like non-English speakers don't necessarily get. And when you're talking about a topic like, say, Albania, where some idiot was like, there's 4 countries neighbouring Albania, they could just go there. Like, I pointed out, perhaps, if you know anything about the history of the Balkans, it's not necessarily something that's true. Okay. We were in Bilbao last time. Bilbao to Barcelona could be fun. I want to do like Bilbao to Barcelona or Bilbao to Madrid. I think. Cordoba might be a bit long. Should we do Bilbao to Barcelona? Oh, I'll put the music on. I'll put the trucking music on. Alright, studying with Big Iron. Shuffle. Ah, fuck, that's loud. Right, I'm just taking all the big irons out of the playlist. Remove from queue. There's actually only one big iron in the near future. If we get to the song Faster Than Light from Stellaris, then we have to remember there are two big irons coming after that. Okay, we get paid enough for this to cover our loan installments. Oh. Ugh. This is from Unravel 2. Oh shit, I never actually changed the game over. You can't see you're a truck. Why aren't you giving me Eurotruck as an option? There we go. Now it should. Now I should actually be streaming the game Euro Truck Simulator 2. I think. There we go. So we're currently in Bilbao, where we previously delivered some used car batteries, which we bought to throw in the ocean. And now that's done, we're taking some, I forget what our current job is, we are taking some airmail, not by air, because airmail is apparently a scam, but by truck, to Barcelona. I really want to go to Barcelona at some point. I'm planning on going on holiday in January, and I'm debating between Berlin and Barcelona because they're like two of the places you can get to quite cheaply and easily from Edinburgh. Because there's a lot of, like, because Edinburgh's not got a massive airport, like, we don't have a huge number of flight connections compared to, like, any of the London airports, or I think even Glasgow. So if I wanted to fly to a lot of places, I would have to connect in London first, which is doable, but, like, it's not something I necessarily, like, want to do ideally. I think, but yeah, it's something I can do if, say, I can get like cheap flights to somewhere that, because I haven't been on holiday since 2019. I went to Tallinn in Estonia in 2019, and since then I haven't had a holiday. And I would, am I still indicating? Sure. I would quite like to have a trip somewhere off this wretched isle. Oh shit! They do the thing where tunnels go down to 80 instead of 90. Is it going to go back up to 90 the second we get out the tunnel? Nice. I'm really excited to see Spain. We haven't seen Spain in this game. I want to see how it looks different. Okay. Just zooming past these other trucks. So currently our ETA is Monday at 5. So in about 7 hours in game. I reckon we can cut that down to 4:30 if we drive well, which my one enemy that stops me from doing things as fast as I want to in this game is coming up, that being a toll booth. And I'm still not 100% down on how, like, the speed limits for the Spanish toll booth, the Spanish toll gates. Okay, we want to stick to 40 here. Okay, we can stick to 40 through all of this, nice. And then it just pops back up to 90. And hopefully no one hits us. We've had so many issues where people have rammed us whilst we've been coming out of one of these service stations, or out of these toll booths. Okay, so we lost 4 minutes in that deceleration and then reacceleration process, which isn't ideal. Ooh, what is that? Concrete pillars. Okay. Okay, so yeah, our ETA went from 5 at the start of that toll booth to 5 past 5. Because of the slowing down, we lost like 5 minutes, which now we're going to have to regain. I've gone into cruise control so I don't have to hold down accelerate, and hopefully just going at the speed limit will cut it down a bit. Burgos. Zaragoza. We're probably going like past Zaragoza. And Zaragoza in my head, I know nothing about the city. It's probably lovely. But in my head, all I associate it with is the Spanish Civil War and the fact it's where the fascists set up their capital until they took Madrid. Because I played hundreds of hours of Hearts of Iron when I was slightly younger, my brain is poisoned. A game that's exclusively played by political extremists and trans people, of which I am 2 of those things. Well, 2 of the 2 things I mentioned. Okay, we've almost cut it back down to 5. This is from Mini Metro, like all the poppy sounds. It's a really fun little artistic game. It's very pretty. So yeah, I've got about an hour, slightly less than an hour until I need to go. Do the thing that I need to do, or do the thing I've got this evening. This is from the game Valiant Hearts. I am extremely tempted to stream Valiant Hearts at some point. The only thing that really puts me off is the fact that it's a Ubisoft game, and obviously Ubisoft is a horrific company that protects abusers. Fuck Yves Guillemot and the whole management of that company. Ciedos? Is this a pretty... Oh, that's a like entirely dried out riverbed. That's healthy and normal. But yeah, Valiant Hearts is one of my favourite games, but I haven't played it in about 8 years. It would have been about 2014 when I played it for the first time, and I haven't played it since. So I very much do want to revisit it at some point. Frankly, it's one of the best games I've ever played about war. It's because it was released, I believe, for the centenary of the start of the First World War, and handles the topic with a sort of delicacy and nuance that you very rarely see in video games. Because I think the First World War is the only sort of conflict where there's a general consensus that it was a tragedy. It was a needless, pointless tragedy that didn't need to be fought, and millions and millions of people died for no real reason. Oh, we're in debt. Is that mail going to be telling us you're in debt? Oh, it's like real life. It's like real life. Ah. Oh shit, we can't drift like that. But yeah, it's a really pretty game. And also just has this absolutely gorgeous like piano soundtrack. Which... Oh... It is... It's a game that I'm scared to revisit, because I might play it and then find out, oh no, this is nowhere near as good as I remember it. But hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully that is not the case. I love that it's sort of more arid and dry. I know there is like a desert section that you can drive through in this, because Spain has the only desert in Europe. Or like the only... Yeah, I think it's the only desert in Europe that Spain has. Oh no, this is not from Mini Metro. This is from Japanese Breakfast soundtrack to the game Sable, I think. Oh fuck, this is rough. Do we have fog lights I should put on? Yeah, I thought that might happen. Yeah, this is fun. Our lights aren't really helping in this situation though. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it would get this rough in this game. To be fair, like, we're in Aragon. I didn't start playing this game in cabin view until I started streaming it. Like, I mostly played this like in third person until I started streaming it. When I started streaming, this was one of the first games that I... Well, it was when I got my gaming PC that I... Oops. There we go. The stream went out on my laptop, so I was just checking that it hadn't gone down completely, and that resulted in me crashing again. So of the 11k we're gonna make from this, we're gonna lose about... We have 1,000 of that goes to paying off our overdraft. Boy, that's a bizarre feeling. Who can imagine doing something like that? Oh fuck! I hate being stuck behind this truck. I want to be going fast. I'm watching that ETA tick up slowly. I hate it. Hopefully our guy, our employee, makes us some... Jeff makes some money at some point. 60? Ugh. We're really kissing the caboose of this guy. Why are we down to 40? Oh, toll. Literally couldn't see. Until... Hopefully once we get out of this, we can overtake. Why can't they pay my fines as well as my toll? I mean, I know the answer, but... Okay. There is an opportunity here. If there's no one... There we go. Now we can speed up again. Now we can get ahead of this damn truck. It's starting to get less foggy as well, which is nice. Yeah. And we're still on the Barcelona Zaragoza. I've always said Zagaroga for some reason, but it's Zaragoza. No. No, that's not 60. This is an 80-mile-an-hour section of road. Easily. Oh, I'm gonna have to... Oh. Oh. The rain is done. Almost. This is the Rio Ebro. Wait, does Rio Grande just mean big river? Here we are in Zaragoza. 51 cities in Iberia? That's quite a lot. That's exciting. I assume they haven't added like the Balearics and stuff. Because of all that rain and traffic and stuff, we are 5 minutes below the ETA for when we started out, which kind of sucks. But we can make it up. We can make up that time. We can easily make up that time. We're about halfway through our journey, I reckon. Yeah, I think, as far as I remember, Zaragoza was about halfway through. We got Yeda? Yaida? I don't speak Spanish. I speak a bit of Catalan. I did Spanish for 3 years at school and know so little of it. It's embarrassing, frankly. I really wish I'd kept it up instead of being like, oh, I don't like Spanish. It's too cold. It's too popular. It's too popular and big, which is unironically the reason I, as a dumb child, a dumb, edgy child, stopped doing Spanish. My webcam keeps slipping. Okay, and I've now just positioned it slightly too low. Okay. I'll get it right one day. I need to mess around with it at some point. Prendre un ticket. Perfect toll booth. That is a ideal toll booth, I think. It's a shame once we have more of our own trucks and we have better trucks, we can have a truck that just accelerates faster. Because that's like the most annoying thing about our trucks is how slowly they accelerate, I think. Oh. I know I'm technically not meant to drive in this lane, but it's faster. All the slow traffic is in the other lane, so we can go fast in this one. It was one thing that struck me the like 2 times I've been to Spain is how like ungreen it is. Not in terms of like environment, like energy or whatever. Although I'm sure like they have a way to go. But like compared to Britain, which is grey, it's incredibly grey, but it's also so green. Like everything is green. Especially when you're not in the city. And even when you're in the city, a lot of British cities are pretty green. And then you go to somewhere like Spain, and yes, you have sort of trees and stuff which are green, but the grass is all like yellow like this, and it's so different. It's so strange feeling. I say that as someone who's never left the continent of Europe. I've never been to anywhere truly arid. So I'm sure if I'd gone anywhere else like arid, it would feel a lot. Catalonia! Hey! Yeda? Yaida? I don't know how you say Yeta? There's probably some weird like vowel thing from Catalan that I'm entirely forgetting that explains how to pronounce Yeda properly. Is that a fighter jet? That's 2 fighter jets. Ah. Okay, yeah. Is it just Barcelona and Tarragona after this point? I don't know how many Catalan cities are in the game, to be fair. This is a very new expansion to me still. So I think this might have been the first sale where it was actually discounted. Where it was like, because usually it takes a while for the new expansions to be put on discount, but I think we're now pretty close. Oh, more fighter jets. We're now pretty close to the Balkans expansion, or the West Balkans expansion. Because it's been like an unusually big gap between expansions because they just fully scrapped the Russia one when the war in Ukraine started. Fantastic Zoo. Fantastic Zoo. That's, if I could do Matt Berry voice, that would be a perfect line to say in it. I feel like with a little bit of effort, I could voice train to do Matt Berry voice. Like, my voice is already fucking too horrifically masculine in a gross way for my liking. But if it's gonna be like that, I may as well have Matt Berry voice. I think that'd be funny. That'd be funny, especially if I can become less clocky, which is, who knows if that'll ever happen. I'm very lazy. But yeah, it's a very funny idea, just being able to do Matt Berry voice on like a moment's command. Because it's such a good voice. He's got such a good voice. I've listened to some of his music as well. And like his music is very different. It's like acid jazz, and it's really good. Francia. Oh, that means France, doesn't it? Francia. Okay, so when we're in Catalonia, the signs are fully just in Catalan. They're not even bilingual. That rules. Wales, do that. Stop being cucked by the English. Oh, my phone's buzzing. Are people yelling at me on Twitter again? No. Ugh. That was close. Okay, we're coming up to another toll booth. We've only got like an hour to go, so I don't think we're going to get it down as much as I wanted. But that long stretch, we did reduce it by about 5 minutes, all of which we're going to immediately lose now. We do want to get a bit closer to the right-hand side of the lane, don't we? Because that's their fault. I'll be honest. That feels like a them problem, not a me problem. This is why I'm not allowed to drive in real life. Well, I say that, this is why I don't allow myself to drive in real life. Right, 60 kilometers, 50 minutes, perfect. We can arrive at 5, I'm gonna say. At 5 on the dot. Then we might have time for one more after this. And your Bridget? I'm completely missed. I completely missed what that sign said. We're getting pretty tired, but we should have enough energy to make it to the goal, to Barcelona before. Porta de Barcelona! Hey! The gate of Barcelona, or Barcelona Gate, I guess you'd call that. I forget you can get rid of the obs sometimes. Barcelona. Yeah, then all the others are like Barcelona, Montpellier, Toulouse. We want actual Barcelona, please. If I hadn't already like functionally 100%ed Hollow Knight, I would definitely want to stream it. I might do it at some point. I could try and learn to speedrun. I could do some any percent speedruns of Hollow Knight. That could be funny. Over the winter. Instead of like the pile of new games I've got to do. I think during the Christmas sale I'm gonna buy fucking Disco Elysium. Elysium? It feels like it's time. Barcelona discovered. El Prat. Now these are names I recognize from my Catalan classes. Because Catalonia is not huge, so there's only so many places that can be El Llobregat. There's only so many places that can be brought up in like examples. I feel like El Prat got mentioned a bunch. I don't know why. It's so fun that there's a gap between Barcelona and Tarragona here that means you can't do one of the, like, you couldn't sneak through this way, you have to go a long way around. Right, hopefully this car isn't going the same way we are. I think we're going to the airport by the looks of it. We're taking... Oh, we are taking airmail. That would make sense then, wouldn't it? That's why we're going to the cargo park. Oh. I do want to play some more American Truck Simulator at some point as well. Because that's delightful to me in a completely different way. Because America is such a foreign culture. Despite the fact that we're constantly exposed to, like, Americana in Britain, there is something weirdly foreign about, like, America, unless you've been there. And I haven't yet. I really want to one day. It's on my list of places I really want to go. It's the cargo park. Perfect cornering. Perfect cornering. Zero complaints. We're nearly there. It's such a pretty soundtrack. I played Hollow Knight in the sort of year when I played all my favourite games, and just established, like, my list of favourite games. I largely played them all in a single year. Like, Outer Wilds, Resident Evil 4, Hollow Knight, Bloodborne. Like, Hollow Knight was the game that I played sort of to replace Bloodborne as my long game, which it took me forever to beat. Because Hollow Knight, believe it or not, and Bloodborne, both very difficult games. I think it took me... I don't think Hollow Knight took me as long as Bloodborne did. Like, the amount of time I spent on, like, Orphan of Kos was ridiculous towards the end. That is such... Like... Orphan of Kos is a ridiculously hard fight. Oh, the sea. Where do you want it? We can park it there. As long as we're not getting caught on the gate, we can park it there. I should have checked what the harder one was, but that's fine. I need to learn to actually park in this game at some point. Easy. Nice. 11k and 700 XP. We level up again. Should we get eco driving again? Or should we get high value? There we go. We've dealt with our overcraft. And let's just save. We can do one more, I think. Unless we want to play something else. For the end of the stream. I mean, where would we like to go? Could go down to Valencia. Murcia is where I went on exchange to Murcia. So I'm aware of the motorways in Murcia quite well. Where do we fancy going? We could even abandon there for a bit. Where is our truck? Edinburgh. We could try and get our truck down to Spain. Like, we could truck down to... We could maybe get a delivery to Amsterdam or something. Are you complaining at me for not moving enough? Yeah. Like, freight market. We're up here. We're not doing a 31-hour trip to the Czech Republic. Santander isn't horrific. It's a 28-hour trip, but like a decent portion of that is truck. Or is time in ferry is what I mean, not the truck. Here we are in Edinburgh. Let's just immediately crash my truck. My beautiful, beautiful Volvo. I've got to remember we're back in the UK, so we have to drive on the left. I love how little Edinburgh looks like Edinburgh in this game. It's so alien to me. Especially given that Forza Horizon 4 exists, and that has like a relatively accurate modelling of Edinburgh. It's not perfect, but like, especially the centre is pretty darn accurate. Right, let's see how this goes. Okay. We may go into first person to just dock. What is this from? Is this a Spiritfarer one? Oh, this is from Made in Abyss, an anime that I need to watch because I think it'll make me sad in the way I enjoy. So yeah, that distance counter is worse than it is, better than it looks. It just looks real bad because there's about 800 kilometers of sea we have to go through. We skip the entirety of driving through France by doing it this way, and I think that's the best way we can do it. And then once we've done this, we've got our truck to Spain, which is kind of what's important. Perfect driving, no complaints, no complaints, no complaints. We didn't hit the Mini. That's what matters. Oh god, one day I might try and play a game as horrific as like city car driving, and that could kill me. We've seen from me playing games like Getting Over It and Lost Egg, I'm not necessarily the most patient person in the world. And I'm just imagining myself playing one of those games, and I don't think it would end well at all. So did I just buy this truck and then never use it? Oh god, we are gonna have to sleep. We may pull into the service station up ahead and have a little sleep before we get on the road. So I reckon it will take us one like in-game like wake cycle to get through England and Scotland, and then from there it shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, I think we're gonna park up here and have a little snooze. Because I know we can sleep on the ferry, and I think you do, by default, sleep on the ferry. But at the same time, that sleep meter we've got now is almost at the top. And I'm blocking this, aren't I? There's a way for me to move this, I forget how. Oh, it's on the other side because we're in the fucking British truck. We're in a fucking British truck. That's why it's on the other side. Do I move myself so you can see how long we've got? Oh, Jeff made us some money. I think you're fine. I think you can kind of get the vibe from where we are in the world. Oh! Those cops were not looking where they were going. They could have done some serious harm there. Okay. This may have been slightly too ambitious to do in half an hour of real life time. We will see. If we get to like 25 past and we're like at Birmingham or something, then I may have to call it and we can come back and do this tomorrow or something. Okay. I do find it really funny that, like, oh, Jeff just made us more money. Thanks, Jeff. I love that you can technically farm money if you like get two garages about as far away as you can in the world and just fast travel between them. Technically, you can just grind infinite money in it, but that feels cheaty. I don't like doing that. I'd prefer to play this game properly. Okay. Oh, I forget that Britain has these like slightly windy roads. I'm hoping we don't accidentally tip the truck or anything. Yeah, Britain really needs a rework, because so much of these, like, the things in Britain, like, the assets they use, don't look at all British. Maybe this just comes from me having, like, the trees are fine, but a lot of the buildings just look wrong. And I would love, like, I would even pay for, like, a Britain, like, a Britain, Ireland, and maybe even you could add Iceland in that for fun as like a expansion. I think this is from Dead Cells. I played a lot of Dead Cells. I played, I think, 20-30 hours of Dead Cells, and I never actually made it that far in the game, which is a real shame because it's a really good game. I'm just terrible at it. Okay. I think if we want any chance of making it to our destination in time, we're going to have to be going slightly above the speed limit. Not massively, but like 1 or 2 kilometers an hour above the speed limit. I think. Okay, I've pressed C on 81. And we'll see if the truck can maintain 81. This is the joy of Britain. It just for some reason has lower speed limits than everywhere else in Europe pretty much. I mean, we're not on the motorway, admittedly. We're on like an A road. Because this is like a fairly accurate representation of the roads between Scotland and England. Like, there is a motorway if you're going down... If you're going from like the west coast to Glasgow or the east coast to Edinburgh, there are motorways. But if you're going from what we're doing, and this is the same thing that I'd do if I was driving from Edinburgh to my parents down in Bristol. You have to do all these this like hour of windy country roads before you reach the motorway that kind of begins at the border. Or like it ends about 20 minutes after you cross the border. And you get just this windy road that people don't drive at all safely down. You get people just flooring it like absolute nutters. Oh, this is a slightly dangerous turning. But we're fine. So now this is where things could become problematic if we get stuck behind people. Because I don't necessarily want to have to overtake. But that's what we're setting ourselves up to do here. I think we're just gonna have to slow down. At least until we're on a extended straight. It would be far too dangerous to try and overtake. On a little... We could have done it, but... Like, it's night, so it's not busy. Yeah, I don't think we at all are going to get anywhere near our target before in the next half hour. We haven't even made it to England yet. Can't, if you turn here, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, and the sun's coming up. Ish. Is it technically like summer in game? Because 4 o'clock sun is fine in summer, but that's not realistic for this time of year. Oh fuck, we're struggling. Look at how friendly our horn is. Got such a good and friendly horn. And here we go. Now we'll be going. And we can go as fast as we want on this section as well. I think I should try and do some Euro Truck speedrunning at some point for fun. I don't think we do very well at it, but I think it could be fun. Oh, we're nearly at Carlisle. So we're in England. We're about to cross the border. I think we literally should round this corner and there should be some kind of border crossing. Or like some flags that mark the border. There should be anyway. Right, we just want the furthest south of these, which is Manchester. We're just sticking on the M6. We're in Britain, so there's only a single toll road. I think it's the M6 toll, actually. Okay, it's taken us back down to 80 because Britain is a fascist state that won't let me drive as fast as I want. In Euro Truck, can you go as fast as you want on the Autobahn? Is that something that the game allows? Okay, we should be fine for these speed cameras. It's just there and... It's just there and we were going uphill as is. Okay, Liverpool is 129, 310 kilometers to Cambridge. And we're back up to go as fast as we can. Perfect. Britain is tiny. Like, the distance between, Carlisle and Newcastle there. At least in Euro Truck. In real life, it's a bit bigger, but it's still a tiny island. Compared to anything. Compared to, maps make Britain look so much bigger than it is. Like, the Mercator Protection, whether intentionally or not, does make Britain, especially compared to something like Madagascar or Japan, both of which are huge compared to Britain. Oh, we're zooming. This is the speed we've been wanting. I don't know if with cargo it's physically possible to achieve faster than 90. But sure would be nice to know. So I think this was about 900 on land and 800 at sea or something like that. And I think once we get there, there's going to be less than 100 kilometers to do in Spain to get to Santander. Because we're arriving at the port of Santander, so it's going to be a really quick drive from the port to wherever we're dropping off our cargo. But yeah, this may turn out to be a This may turn out to be a two-part drive. Especially if roadworks slow us down. Because we are still 25 hours in game away. Okay, we're just going to cruise control at 80, and that should be fine. This is another 51, so we need to stick at 80. I should really change it over to miles an hour whilst we're in Britain, but I prefer kilometers. It makes things feel faster because the countdown just goes so much quicker. Okay. I think outside this tunnel we should go back up to 90, hopefully. Oh, this is the turning to go to Newcastle, if you're going to Newcastle. Oh no, this is just the turning to get between the east and the west coast. And we can be going 90 again now. Hooray! I'm so glad I've been investing in eco driving as well, because that does make a long drive like this far less expensive, especially given that it's our own truck and not a like rental truck or like one of the ones you get given for a quick job. Probably our loan installments are probably about to be taken out, which will suck, but there's nothing we can do about that. Yeah, it's probably alright now to take off our headlights. If we get told off, so be it. It's bright now. We can tell what's going on. Like cutting corners to speed up our arrival time. That is something you can genuinely do. And there's some parts of the map where there's like corners you can cut that speed up slightly. And I think if you were doing like a just get from place to place as quickly as possible speed run, that would be a viable strategy. But here, where we're just trying to make it alive in one piece, I think it's a less useful thing. I think we were a bit ambitious. Like, we haven't even reached Manchester yet. Although once we reach Manchester, this is like the more northern counties still, and it'll be once we reach Manchester that things start sort of appearing more closely to each other, because it is just there's the speed camera. We need to not speed until we get round the corner. Yeah, Britain is quite smudged up. Everything's quite close together in a way that it isn't in other countries. Oh, we just lost like 8 minutes there. Whew. I'm just desperately hoping we don't like tip the truck doing one of these corners. Because that terrifies me. It's such a pain when you do that. And it's been so long since I tipped the truck. I'm good at this game now. When I was new, when I first started playing this game, I could barely do any journey without tipping the truck, which seems absurd, frankly. It's not hard. Sageltria. It's a Swedish sawmill or a Norwegian sawmill van. Okay, here's the turning off for Manchester. I forget that fucking Liverpool is... or Manchester and Liverpool are so close to each other. It, like, the whole of, like, the quote-unquote north, like, is so dense. Like, everything in Britain, except for, like, the southwest, or, like, the south isn't that dense. But then once the Midlands and the quote-unquote north, I call it that because, like, the actual north of England is quite sparse. But, like, the north and the Midlands are, like, so densely packed. Oh, good. Birmingham and Swansea are appearing on here now. Which are good signs. I think if we can be past Birmingham in 10 or so minutes, at the most, we might have a chance. If I need to, I can leave it until 22 to leave and get a bus instead of walking, which... not ideal because I haven't sorted out a bus pass yet, but it's something that can be done. I think we're going to Southampton or Plymouth. One or the other. Okay, so this is the first turning off for Wales. On the M56. And we're now just heading down towards the south of England. There is a fast key to open up the big map, and I entirely forget what it is. Or like just a key. I don't know why fast key was my mental sort of code for that. Oh, Bloodborne. Perfect game. There is almost nothing wrong with Bloodborne as a game. I would love a similar sort of... I don't know if in Bloodborne 2, but... because... I don't know, I've seen a lot of proposals for Bloodborne 2 and some of them are interesting. But I don't know if you'd be able to sort of recreate the experience of something like Bloodborne again. In the same way that sort of Dark Souls started feeling tired after 3 of them and they needed Elden Ring to shake up the formula. Like, Bloodborne is slightly more stripped back, and I don't know if it would... if Bloodborne 2 would be a good idea or work. It would be good. It would be good. It just... I don't know if it would be as good or if it would just feel like hashed out and done before. What do you mean headlight use is offensive? Okay, at least Jeff is covering that for us. I need a mod for this game which tells me when I am meant to be using my fucking headlights. Because it is 7 AM and clearly light. Yeah, apparently I should be using my headlights right now. Okay, the police are gone, so we're probably good. So mad. Okay. We're about halfway to Birmingham. I don't know if we're gonna make it in time. We can give it a go. I forget that I'm also covering up these maps, so you have no clue what's going on when I tab between them. My beautiful face is covering up the maps. Ugh. So yeah, I definitely do want to finish Bennett Foddy, or Getting Over It, on other streams. It's just an irritating game which I might need to do in small chunks for my own mental health. Okay. I think 82 we can get away with, or 81 at least we get away with. But, because it's an uphill one, so it's a weird place to put. They keep putting speed cameras, I think, which are meant to catch people on the other way. And these ones aren't particularly set up to catch us. Like, because now we're going back to 97. £100 km/h? So fast. Oh no, fuck. So fast. Maintain the speed. Actually no, this is a speed at which a cop sees us, we'll get in trouble. It's fucked that one sign could have Sheffield, Birmingham and Cardiff on it. Like, they're not at all close in my head, but like I guess geographically they are relatively close to each other. Oh shit, we're turning off here. Why are we on Cardiff? Oh, this is probably the way to Southampton, isn't it? Or Plymouth. Probably Plymouth, actually, would be where we're getting the ferry from. I think that's where, in real life, you get the ferries to Brittany and to, like, Santiago, or Santander and Bilbao. Or not Bilbao, Santander and the other one. I forget the name of. The one in Galicia. Okay, so Plymouth is 195 kilometers away. We have 12 minutes to do 195 kilometers in game. That doesn't feel hugely realistic, but we can give it a go. I don't have to be on time to this thing as much as I'd like to be. And this is uncharted road. This way down from Birmingham towards Bristol. Even though in real life, the actual versions of this motorway are probably like, this turning would like mark home, and like this is almost home back, or like almost back to my parents. Which is pretty neat. Is this music from Dark Souls or Halo? I think this is Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls 1 or 3. The Shrine, Firelink Shrine music, as far as I'm aware. Okay, we have cut down the arrival time by about 10 minutes. Or 20 minutes from when it was at its worst. Now we have to maintain that on this section. with roadworks. Which isn't hard. We just need to be like at 81 and it'll be good. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes to 21 hours in game. Doesn't feel hugely realistic. That's the Swansea turn off. If you go into Swansea. It does feel like they've set it up to have more of Wales and just haven't put it in yet. You could probably mod it in. I don't know how map mods for this game work, but I know they exist because I've seen people drive from like China to Britain in this game. And unless I'm missing something, China isn't in the base game. If fucking Stellaris music starts, that's the cue that Big Iron is coming. And I have to tab out and skip it. We're nearly there. It was what, 88 kilometers to Bristol? We might make it to Bristol and that might be where we stop. Back to 50? No. No, we'll keep it 82 and I hope that that's not in speed limit. Or in, hopefully this is fine and the speed camera won't tell me off, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. We have a bit of a financial buffer for next time our loan payment is taken, which should be relatively soon. Plymouth. Okay, we're nearly at the we've nearly covered this gap between two roads we've been on before. I think we're near Bristol at this point. What is that in front of us? This is from Yearwalk, I think. A game which I need to play. Oh shit, we're not going as fast as we could be. We're not driving efficiently. How dare you, Eva? How dare you do this? You're not driving efficiently in the sort of 5 minutes you have left. We may park up at the next service station and finish this one next time. That may make more sense. Because I actually kind of want to get changed before I go. Service is half a kilometre? Half a mile? I forget that like the miles and kilometres on my sat nav do not at all correlate. Oh yeah, they're miles on the thing, not kilometres. So 88 kilometres to Bristol wasn't sort of an accurate representation of the 88 miles that I have to go. So yeah, we'll stop here and pick up next time. We're fine for fuel by the looks of it. We just need to... I'll do a sleep and then we'll save the government installments. Oh. Okay, so we're about at Bristol. So wait, Bristol is on the fucking road signs, but not on the in the game. We are at Bristol. These two roundabouts are all that's left of Bristol. Yeah, so Santander is like such a short drive, but I'll save for now. Alright, thanks for coming, gamers. If you've enjoyed this, all my socials are linked down below. I stream most days. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'm working 2 shifts. Thursday will probably be the next one. And yeah, we'll probably might do something else and then finish this off. We had ages before Big Iron. Right. Thanks for coming, gamers. Love you all. Bye.